Hello, my wonderful friends. Megas with you again today. And today the message is the wolf is at the door. When I was going through a divorce, and of course this vision came before I knew I was going through a divorce, but I was in my bedroom and I heard a voice that said, "The wolf is at the door." And I had a flash of a wolf at the door of my home. Not soon after, I found out my wife was having an affair, and it was with a friend of mine, a friend who was a Christian, who went around to old folks' home with me preaching the message of Jesus, who helped women and children, who fed and clothed those in need. How could he be the wolf at my door? It's hard to think that that's possible. But I tell you what was harder for me to look at was the wolf inside of me. It's easy to see the faults in other people, to see the evil in other people, and then how we react. We like to think it's holy. We have a holy reason why we're acting this way. That person wronged me. That person is evil. And so then you do evil back to them. You get into anger. You get into violence. But in your mind, you justify it that you're on the good side. Look what they did. Okay, let me show you something. If you are doing evil, you are no different than what they are doing. The demon, the monster, the wolf is inside of you. Passed down from generation after generation. And it's ugly and we don't like to look at it, especially when we consider ourselves holy, children of God. Our religion, of course, is the right one. Our God, of course, is the right one. So that's why no matter what we do, we have to find a holy reason why we do it. If we drink, it's because Jesus made wine out of water. If we harm someone, it's because, look at the Old Testament. They went in and wiped out men, women, and children in the name of their God. So isn't it okay for me to punch this guy in the face for ruining my family, my life? Aren't I in the right? It's hard to look at. Absolutely not. If you get into evil, anger, violence, you have stepped out of the good spirit and you are now operating in the evil spirit. And guess what you have now? Look around this world. It's running by evil spirit, by anger, by fear, by violence, by war. Now, please stay with me to the end. I love you guys so much. I realize how much I need you. I took a few days off and all I could think about was you guys. I love being a prophet. I love being a voice for good spirit. I don't want to lose any of you, but I might right now. I don't have a lot of followers, and I don't want less. But I have to remember Jesus, He changed the world with only 12. So I don't need a lot. But I want you with me. Allah, Jehovah, Shiva the Destroyer. Those are not true reflections of who God is. Now stay with me, please. When Jesus came to the Jewish people did not recognize Him. Their priests did not come out to worship Him. The Zoroastrians came, the Magi, and they worshipped before Him. God spoke to the priests, the Magi, and told them where the king, the morning star, would be. And they went. The Magi understood the all good God, the unmixed. That's why they recognized Jesus. It says the Jewish people were afraid when they heard the Messiah came. The rulers were afraid that the Messiah came because it was going to disrupt their culture, their religion, their tradition. This is going to uproot you. This is going to knock the legs out from under you. That's okay. You want to pull that monster, that wolf, out of you that has been passed down from generation to generation. That lie. It is not serving you. It is not serving mankind to keep being in anger and fear and war with each other. We must come back to the highest idea of truth. Jehovah in the Old Testament was represented as warring and killing and hating. Those are not attributes of good spirit. Jesus taught that it is not an eye for an eye, like the Jewish people have been told. But if you are hit on one side of your face, offer them the other. To love your enemy. That is good spirit. When James and John said, let's call down fire from heaven on these people who rejected our message, Jesus said, you do not know what spirit you are of. He is of the good spirit, and the good spirit has come to save men's lives, not to destroy them. Jesus came to wake up the Jewish people. My beloved Zoroastrians, who brought us through Zarathustra the message of the all good spirit. Sadly, if you study their history, they have gone in and out of truth. Look at Zurvanism. You cannot look to a man-made religion. You must go inside and let God reveal to you who He is. Not a book, not a man. Every man and woman must go inside on their own and let God reveal who He is, and in truth, who you are. He is the highest principle of good. As wild as your imagination can go of good, He's even more than that. Your brain can't come up with it. Only your spirit can touch on that. I am asking you today for a new religion. A religion is a set of beliefs. What you believe, you create in your world. You will never rise above your set of beliefs. The highest idea you have of God, you will never surpass that. Listen to me. If your idea of God is hating, killing, warring, you will never pass that in your world. You must have the true identity of who God is. He is all good, and He has no attributes of the evil spirit. He does not lie. He does not kill. He does not steal and destroy. That is the adversary, the evil spirit. Man has been deceived, and it is showing clearly in our world, and it will never get better until you wake up. Lay down your false traditions. You must have a DNA change. You have been passed down generation after generation for 7 generations. It is hardwired. The monster is inside of you, and it must be burnt out with truth. The Holy Spirit of God is the fire of God that burns out all lie and illusion, but you must choose it over your religion, over your false ideas of God, over your tradition, over your family. And you must make a new family. You must come into the light of God. And when you're in the light, the darkness is driven away. When you are in love, the hate and the fear is driven away. I'm going to tell you something. And if I'm your prophet, you'll believe me. You're going to have faith. If you don't believe my words, then you're going to have to go inside and ask God if what I say is true. We need a new religion. And what I'm going to tell you, if you can change your own heart, one heart, your heart, you will change the world you see around you. Your family will change. I've seen it time and time again. I get letters all the time. People thanking me for bringing them to Good Spirit because they have love and peace in their home now. They're no longer scared of God. They're no longer scared of the future. They're no longer scared of their fellow man. Because they have come into alignment with Good Spirit. They are love. They are peace. They are joy. They are kind. And it is mirrored back to them. I'm asking for a new religion. And we're going to call it the oldest religion there has ever been. The good religion. The highest good. It doesn't matter what's going on around us. We're going to hold the vibration of Good Spirit. We will be love when there's hate and fear all around us. We will not let it change us. We will change the atmosphere around us. We are powerful and free. We are children of God, children of light. And it's time we wake up and walk like that. Walk like children of God. Be that. Be that for yourself. Be that for your children. Change their very DNA for the generations to come. I'm going to ask you to go to the comments. And if you're with me for the new religion, write it in there. Change hearts. Share this message with other people. Do it right now. Share with one person this message. Love is our religion. We are the good religion. I love you guys so much. There's a new world coming. The morning star has come. This is the dawn, and we will walk in the full light of God, hand in hand.